Hello, I'm CJ Wellerman. Please subscribe to our show. Now let's get into it. 5 Muslim professional football players were dropped by their respective clubs during a recent game in France League One because they protested against being forced to promote LGBTQ rights on their shirts. Look, I describe myself a liberal because I believe in human rights and the importance of protecting all minorities from majoritarian hate and discrimination. But enough is enough. Stop forcing Muslim athletes to fly the rainbow flag in violation of their fundamental religious beliefs. And let's be clear, this isn't about homophobia. Most Muslims I know take a live and let live attitude towards all forms of human life. All I ask is you don't shove Western or non-Islamic views down their throat. I mean, listen to what the Muslim footballers are saying. Here's Mustafa Mohammed, who plays for the French club Nantes and the Egyptian national team. He said, "I respect all differences. I respect all beliefs and convictions. This respect extends to others, but also includes respect for my personal beliefs. Given my roots, my culture, the importance of my convictions and beliefs, it was not possible for me to participate in this campaign. I hope that my decision will be respected, as well as my wish not to argue about this and that everyone is treated with respect." End quote. I mean, how on earth can anyone not respect what he just said? And while I disagree with British commentator Piers Morgan on just about every topic you can imagine, he does get it right when he says we shouldn't be shaming professional athletes for their religious views over sport.
Raised players in America this week refused to wear uniforms with LGBT rainbow logos for Pride Month, citing their right to make a personal choice. I would argue they have that right. It should be a personal choice, as should all social or political gestures. We shouldn't be shaming or abusing any sports people, frankly, who don't want to participate in this kind of thing.
Nobody cared when French Muslim footballer Paul Pogba removed an alcoholic drink during a press conference because of his religious beliefs. Equally, nobody should also care when Muslim athletes choose not to wear the rainbow on their shirts. But more tellingly, it's not like France or the French Football Association has ever shown any respect towards Muslims as a people, even though Muslims are the most persecuted minority in France today. I mean, we're talking about a country that goes out of its way to make life as unbearable as possible for its 5 million Muslim citizens. Heck, just a few months ago, the French league ordered its referees to not pause for Muslim players in games held during Ramadan, which is astonishing given the English Premier League does afford its Muslim footballers this simple courtesy. I guess the French national motto needs a rewrite to liberty, equality, fraternity, unless of course you're Muslim. And if you're looking for further evidence for how Muslims are excluded from mainstream French society, including sports, then look no further than the French Football Association's move to ban Muslim women football players wearing the hijab during games.
For the past year, our team, the Hijabers, has been fighting to play in official matches without having to remove their hijabs. And while FIFA, soccer's world governing body, has allowed the Muslim veil on the pitch since 2014, the French Football Federation bans it.
After all, we are talking about a self-proclaimed secular democratic country that has legalized Islamophobia, as it did when it passed its racist separatism bill 2 years ago.
The laws passed, we started to see a lot of people experiencing anti-Muslim and anti-Islam actions from people surrounding them. It could have been at work or in the street.
But before we go on, we urgently need your help to counter injustices in the Muslim world, so please consider supporting my journalism at patreon.com/CJWellerman. You'll be helping me bring these stories to a wider audience. Thank you. Now back to our show. If you want to see how the LGBTQ movement has become weaponized against Muslims, then look at the public discussion that followed an Australian Muslim footballer's decision to not wear the rainbow flag on her jersey. Her case reveals how Muslims are put in a no-win situation. For example, the Murdoch News media empire, which includes Fox News in the United States and Sky News in Australia, draws huge profits from pushing hatred towards the LGBTQ community. But when a Muslim athlete objects to wearing the rainbow flag because of her religious beliefs, then Murdoch journalists suddenly flip the script to bash Muslims in defense of LGBTQ.
Is no total spokesperson for the religion of Islam, but according to her invocation of faith, she doesn't want to wear something that presumably promotes the lifestyle of the LGBT plus community. I find that a very strange thing. I couldn't be more supportive of that community, and I think it's very obviously a middle finger to that community.
As you can see, Muslims are damned if they do and damned if they don't. But when Christian athletes refuse to wear the rainbow, these same media outlets celebrate their devout religious convictions.
Tampa Bay Devil Ray players flipped the script on their team's social justice movement. Some of the team refused to wear a gay pride symbol on their uniform for Pride Night at Devil Rays Stadium.
Ultimately, Muslim footballers have become trapped between rainbows and hypocrites. Well, let me put this another way. It goes without saying that LGBTQ people do suffer some level of discrimination in Western countries. But there's no denying they also now enjoy the same rights as heterosexual people today, including right to marriage, parenting, and employment, etc. But if you want to talk about persecution, and I mean real top-down persecution, then you have to talk about the persecution taking place against Muslims on a global level. Because when Muslims are not being repressed by brutal Western government-backed dictatorships in the Middle East, or occupied by foreign militaries in Palestine and Kashmir, then they're being ethnically cleansed and displaced in Myanmar, East Turkestan, and elsewhere. But have you ever seen a non-Muslim professional footballer forced to wear armbands or flags to express solidarity with Palestinians, Uyghurs, Kashmiris, or Rohingya Muslims? Never, not once, not ever. So, knock this stuff off with forcing Muslims to wear the LGBTQ rainbow, particularly when the LGBTQ movement has long been used as a weapon by Israel to demonize the occupied Palestinian people, which we covered in a recent episode.
The idea here is that the Israeli government doesn't actually care about the rights of individual LGBTQ people, but rather is using the movement to rebrand Israel in order to cover up its mistreatment of Palestinians in occupied territories.
Another major point here is that football associations are commercial operations, and like any other major business, they aim to exact as much revenue and profit as possible. And one way of maximizing profits is to capitalize on popular social movements, including LGBTQ. I mean, even members of the gay community accuse corporations of exploiting what they call rainbow capitalism. But the bottom line is this: Western democracies promote and encourage free speech, which means Muslim footballers, and anyone else for that matter, should be able to decide what political or social issues they wish to publicly support or ignore. It's really that simple. This is not about bigotry or hate, but about respecting each other's religious differences and allowing every member of society to live in peace. Anyway, that's my time for today. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and we kindly ask you please support this endeavor by becoming a member of this show at patreon.com/CJWellerman. We can't produce, sustain, and grow the show without your help, and we offer exclusive benefits to those who do. But for now, good night, good morning, good day, wherever you are, and stay blessed.